McGovern.
Nixon.
Montgomery.
Nixon.
McGovern.
I believe neither one.
I do not wish to be a presumptuous person that's trying to gauge the feeling of the Mexican American.
Without a doubt, the Mexican American is becoming politically educated on the issues and the politicians, and politicians are paying closer attention to the Mexican American voter. Published reports say that the Nixon administration is making a concerted effort to get the Mexican American vote in Texas. They also say that his administration has done more to get Mexican Americans appointed to high-level government jobs than any other administration. If Richard Nixon had the support of the Mexican American in 1968, he could have carried Texas in that election. In 1968, he only received 10% of the Mexican American vote. It's obvious that he wants that 10% increased this election year.
Hello, Mrs. Hernandez. This is Mrs. Goulet. I am a volunteer working for the re-election of President Nixon, and I'd like to know if we could count on...
The Republicans have established a re-elect the president headquarters in Dallas. It's located in a shopping center in an older part of the city, and is staffed by Mexican Americans, some of whom were once Democrats.
Ever since I was a child, I had always heard that we are Democrats, but nobody ever really explained to me why. And I really just stopped myself and really tried to find out exactly what every party was doing. And more the facts were there, facts and figures and people, that we had never had any president do so much for the Mexican American people as much as Mr. Nixon. I don't personally feel that it's so much the party as per se, but it's the man, not the party.
I feel that our families have been Democrats in the past simply because the Democratic Party was supposedly the party for the poor. But we're slowly finding out that while they have been the party for the poor, they're maintaining and keeping us poor. So we've had to shift, and we are shifting into the Republican Party because they have a lot more to offer us.
I remember that when I first became involved in politics, that I was going to do my first vote in my whole life. I didn't know anything about the Democratic. I only knew that they were for the poor. So when I went to vote, usually I supported the Democratic. But now that I have gotten more involved by seeing them speaking on television, reading the newspaper and what they stand for, well, this is how I can compare and know what I'm voting for. And I think President Nixon is a person that is really trying to go out for the Mexican American. I think he has proven this by doing some of the things, and I think it's going to be up to the people to see to it that President Nixon does keep some of his promises, especially to the Mexican American.
About a block down the street, in a less glamorous setting, is the Mexican American headquarters for George McGovern. In sharp contrast to the Mexican Americans for Nixon headquarters, the McGovern offices, either by design or by chance, has the image McGovern wants to maintain, a president with the interest of the working class at heart.
The thing that I'm interested in, basically, is jobs for our people, education for our people. I haven't seen the Nixon administration make the effort to correct that situation here in Texas. I feel that he can do this, bring about a new attitude in this country, something that was started by Robert Kennedy. He can provide the leadership, something that's been lacking, that we haven't had from Richard Nixon.
From people that you've talked to in the community, what has been the type of feedback that you're getting in regards to the presidential race? Do you find that the more people that you talk to are pro-McGovern as opposed to pro-Nixon, or is it just the other way around?
No, there's still so many people that are still undecided.
We made a phone canvas of Spanish surname people in Dallas, just running down the lines in the phone books and taking out names random, and we got one Nixon and about so many more McGovern than for Nixon. I mean, we had surveys where they had said that McGovern was running behind in Texas or in Dallas, but from our phone canvases, that is really ridiculous.
I've been working with Partido Raza Unida, but the people that we've been working with, Partido Raza Unida, are supporting Senator McGovern. president.
Why?
Well, he seems to have shown that interest with the Chicano movement, especially with Cesar Chavez. His record in the Senate, and he's come out openly on a lot of issues for the Chicanos. Bilingual program, and things of that sort that would help the Chicanos.
It's coming slow. It isn't coming as fast as we would like it to come. There's still quite a bit of conservatism, in Mexican-American families. But I think they'll vote Democratic. They'll vote for McGovern, and we'll get their vote. Right now, we aren't getting as much help as we'd like.
Why do you suppose that is? Why do you think you're not getting as much help as you'd like to see?
Well, apathy, I guess, is one reason.
The Razumina party is working real hard, and trying to elect Muniz, for governor, which are pushing him real hard, and it's hard. I think they will go McGovern all the way, too, as the ones that we have been working with, also in the Grand Prairie area.
Both Nixon and McGovern supporters are working hard to get the Mexican-American vote, and both are optimistic about getting it.
Like I said, I probably won't vote for either one of them.
I take the same view. I seriously consider not voting for either because I don't know. I just can't see how McGovern has done or is actually trying to get the Spanish-speaking vote by his campaign issues or whatever. And Nixon's just trying to woo us, and I'm seriously concerned.
Yeah, but I mean, not voting would just do even more harm to them.
No, there's that power of the withholding the vote.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
that's
something
allowing somebody undesirable to go into a position with a lot of power. Is that desirable? I mean, you can do it to a certain extent. We can keep the worst of the evils from getting in that position.
They're not exactly the same. Well, let's say this: if they were truly hopeful of getting the Mexican American vote, then why did they both deny either attending the Gasolinera convention, which was held in El Paso? They were both extended invitations, and neither one accepted.
Why is it that so much emphasis is placed on just getting the minority vote just around this time of the year? Why is it that we're almost forgotten, between elections?
I don't endorse either candidate.
Why not?
I don't agree with any of their platforms. McGovern makes a lot of promises and he keeps changing them.
I'll support Nixon because there have been things they have said, like he hasn't stopped the war. If he can stop the war this time, I'm pretty sure he'll do it this time.
I don't see any issues that the Mexican American can rationalize with. There's nothing, You just vote for what has always been the ticket that usually will help, says they will help you out, and that's the Democrat.
I think McGovern will get a lot from the young Mexican American. As far as the older Mexican American, I don't think you'll get very much. It's in the balance there.
Well, I see good views on both sides, but I think that we should have a Democrat, have McGovern elected. I think that it's good to have a Republican sometime, but since I'm a Democrat, I guess I gotta be a little partial to my party.
Pues yo hablar español. Yo también pienso lo mismo por la democracia.
Well, I don't know. I'm a Democrat myself, so you can take it from there how I feel about Nixon.
I don't know. Going back to what he was saying about Nixon worrying about the other countries, we got a lot of people here that are unemployed, underfed, because all those billions of dollars are pouring into Vietnam, and it will continue to be pouring in there till somebody like McGovern makes up their minds and tell people that here in the United States that there are people here that are out of jobs and
the people don't want to work, man. They want to go down there and sign.
Can you just stop and think? Billions of dollars spent somewhere else where it's our money, and I think people have a right to say.
I don't like to warn Vietnam,
We have so many things to be done in this nation. Rebuild our cities, solve this employment problem, and Oh, there's so many things I could go further and farther and discuss it with you. But
like
we
this,
need
don't
a
use
new
the
change,
words,
and I
you know,
think
don't use the words.
McGovern should be given a chance to say what he's going to do, and just like anybody else has. Nixon's made a lot of promises. He hasn't complied with 10% of them. So I think we need a change. I think he's already served his 2 terms,
What
and
gives you the feeling that the governor will do it?
He don't know how to even think that he won't let
And McGovern
this
says he's
country
going to
go.
go in
We're
there and
almost
change
in a
all this
depression
stuff. He ain't going to
period
change
right
nothing,
now.
man. He's going to go in there and make a big mess out of everything. You know why? Because he says, I'm going to give the poor people more money. The poor people, I agree, some of them need help. I think they need education more than they need help.
This is where it's
I
a
mean, money,
cycle.
you know.
Well, you can't have education without money and
Well, I don't really think it makes very much difference on which one comes out.